The setup for the rear foot elevated split squat is always going to be dependent on your structure and your current active range of motion. So the setup for this when you are adjusting the pad is to make sure when you are going down into the movement, you can maintain tension through the glute at the back. And then when you're coming back up, we don't want any resistance going into the low back basically. So even though this is quote unquote a single leg movement, there still is a lot going on in the back leg. We're having to stabilize the hip. And also we are lengthening the quadricep, especially the rec fem as we are descending. We want to make sure if we are using this exercise to improve range on the back leg, that we are keeping the hip muscles, the glutes engaged throughout. To get yourself set up, make 4 points of contact with the front foot. Next, put your rear foot on the pad and try to be as soft as you can around the foot area. Next, I want you to engage that back glute, then stack the ribs over the hips so we can create a nice brace at the abdominals. Now, as we start to descend, keep the weight through the midfoot. This back glute stays engaged. Notice I've got no movement coming from my upper body. I'm still maintaining my brace. I'm going to push back off the front thigh. There. Down nice and slow. Gain tension on that back glute. And then push back up. Again, a couple of things to look out for. When you are descending and you break at the hip, that could be a range issue, especially at hip flexors at the back. It could be a strength issue, so you just don't simply have that active or trainable range. It could be a contraction issue. You're just not engaging that back glute enough as you are descending down. If that's the case, lower the pad or take it away altogether. What you could also do if we are limited at the back hip and thigh, we can elevate the front foot so that way we're working on getting more range descending down. There's actually less emphasis at the back hip and thigh, so you won't require as much strength, and at the same time we're also improving hip flexion at the front. The second part, when you are coming back up, you're pushing off that back leg like this. Now if I lean back or what might look upright, I've now got all the weight in the low back and I don't have any active tension through the back glute area either. So in that case, what I'd be looking to do there again is reduce the height of that pad or again take it away altogether. So those are some tips, and that is the rear foot elevated split squat here at JP's gym.